Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Swift Challenger 560. In these videos I'm going to go over how to set up and operate the caravan. So starting off, got your hitch head, your silver lever here, jockey wheel controls just there, your handbrake, 13-pin electrics. And then inside this front locker you also have your point universe. So you've got a gas bottle here with the gas hose connected on either side. You can see the connection point is just there. You can screw it to an extent by hand, then just finish it off using a spanner. Then you want to open up the gas bottle in the positive direction and that will begin to feed gas through. Then 2 points either side and then 2 points at the back, you have points for your legs. You don't want to level up or jack up the caravan using your legs, so these are simply used for stabilisation. First level using your jockey wheel and stabilise using your legs. On the other side, we've got your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of the boiler when it's operating on gas. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice and clean. Just here, this is where you have your point to feed in your water. We're not feeding any water through today as it's just being drained through. I will show you what I mean inside the caravan using the pump. But the pump inserts here and it's on a trigger system. Feed it into a aqua full of clean drinking water and make sure that the strainer sits at the bottom. Then just here, you've got your battery lock. So just open this up using the key. So just in here you have your point for your motor mover, your point for your mains, and this is where your battery would sit. Moving along the caravan, these 2 points here for your toilet system. So this top one, this is for your flush capacity. This is where you'll feed in your clean water. You can also mix in a little bit of pink chemical if you want it to smell that bit nicer. Feed it into here, can hold around 10 litres of water. Recommend getting something like a watering can to just feed it through. It just goes into that. Then just here you have your cassette toilet. To remove this, press up on the orange handle and pull itself out. You can also pull the orange handle out to make it into almost like a bit of a suitcase. Then when you get your emptying point on site, open up the cap. You want to tilt, and at the same time as tilting you want to continually press in this button here to vent. I do recommend that once you've done that, you can open up here, open up this cap, fill in some fresh water, swill it out, and again tilt and vent. Then on your blue cap here, you have measurements in both imperial and metric. This is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes into the cap, slides onto here, twists back to the central position. You just push and make sure the orange handle sits behind them teeth. Now you don't want to travel with either of these two full, so to fully empty out that top compartment you have this little bung here. Open up the bung and that will release any remaining water in here. Then just below that you have these 2 points. These are for your wastewater. Now you'll want some 28.5mm waste pipes to feed into a waste master, and both from the shower and the sink, that's where your wastewater will come out of. Then situated underneath your right hand side bed you have this stuff here. So I won't recommend storing anything under here, but I'll just run through some of the basics. Underneath there in that white silver container, that is your boiler. This box here, this is your brain box for your motor mover. That silver box on the side, this one just here, that is your battery charger. And then just here is where both your trips and fuses are both kept. All your trips are in the upright position. You have a system shutdown button. Now if you press that in, it will essentially not allow you to operate anything inside the caravan. You can also see here that both the charger and heating and hot water buttons are both illuminated, meaning they're both on. The main thing I want to focus on though are these blue pipes leading to that yellow valve. That yellow valve is currently in the vertical position. When it's in the vertical position, that means that it's draining any water that is inside the system. If you want water to flow through the caravan, you want the switch in the horizontal position. It can be horizontal either way. I recommend that if you're not using the caravan, and especially in the colder months, so November to March, I'd recommend having that up permanently unless you are actively using the caravan yourselves. So if you're wanting to run any water through, have it in the horizontal position. All right, then situated underneath, fucking hell. Then over the top of the door, you have this. This is your main control panel. As you can see right now, anything that's illuminated is currently operating. So you can see the caravan is on. We have mains coming into the caravan, and this is currently on. This, press it in. Ow. You can see it's your awning light. There we go. Press this button. This allows you to view the levels coming into the caravan, which is currently 14 volts. You can also view the levels by either pressing in on this or pressing in on this. Depends what you're currently hooked up to. If I was hooked up to the car, I'd be able to see the levels on that side. This button here, press it in. It's for your lights. Then we have this. This is your pump button. Now, hypothetically, if I were to press that in, it would begin to try and gasp air through. Or if you're hooked up with water, it will gasp the water through. Now, if you are connected to water, you'd be using this. This is your water pump. Inserts, oh, there we go. Inserts easy. Then to release it, you press in on the trigger and remove it. Without pressing in on the trigger, it cannot be removed. You have, let me switch hands, sorry there. You have this plastic cap here, which goes over the top of the Acrol to make sure no nastiness is getting inside. And then you have this at the bottom. This is your strainer. Your strainer has to sit at the bottom of the water barrel because otherwise it would just gasp air through. These do also have a little bit of a tendency to curl up, so straighten it out before you use it. Now, if I had pressed that pump button and had that switch down in the horizontal position, I would come over to my taps, open up my taps and let it run for about 30 seconds. If it's the first time using the caravan in a little while, I'd recommend waiting 2 to 3 minutes to allow the water to come through and then open it up and let it run for 30 seconds. And what you want is a nice continuous stream. So that's how to operate for water. Then just next to it, you have this. This is your outer control panel. This allows you to operate your heating and hot water. So first up, press in on this, and this gives you the internal temperature of the caravan. So just above, you can see that it's 18 degrees currently in the caravan, and the caravan is attempting to reach 29.5. I could change what temperature I want by pressing on these two buttons. Goes down by 0.5 each time, starts at 5 degrees, and you have a maximum of 30 degrees. Then we have this button here. This is for your energy source. So I can either have it completely off, 1 kilowatt of electricity, 2 kilowatt of electricity, 3 kilowatt of electricity. I'm just going to keep it on 2 for now. I can also use gas as a source. I could do strictly gas, or I could do strictly mains, or I could do a mixture of both. Then I have hot water. Hot water, it's either off, on, or boost. On will get it to 40 degrees. Boost will boost the temperature for 15 minutes, getting it to 60 degrees, and then putting it back down to on. That's ideal for something like a shower. Then to turn it off, press in on that button there. Then we have the toilet operation, which is bog simple. You have this button here, which you press in, and you can hear that motor work. If there was water in the system, which there currently isn't, that would push water around. Then once you've flushed, you have this catch on the bottom, press it away, opens up your cassette toilet. Close it back, shuts it up. So flush, and then open your catch, and then close it again. Alright, then we have the fridge operation. So you can see right now that the fridge is on by that little blue light. I press in on this square here, press and hold, and this allows me to change the source. So I have the choice of mains, car battery, gas, or auto. Auto will change it to the source that the fridge thinks is the best to use. So car battery you can only use when you're hooked up to your 13-pin electric, and then for gas it's slightly different. When you select it, you select by pressing in on this button here, it will begin to tick in, and then once the gas has stopped ticking in, then it will be lit on gas. So it's currently on mains at full capacity. So let me just switch it over to gas. So press and hold in, then press in once to select gas, and then I can also change the level. So starting at 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 5 being the source that will chill it the quickest. Now, when you do initially hook up and you're wanting to use the fridge, it will take 4 hours for the fridge to fully chill. Then to turn off the fridge, you press and hold on this button here, it will flash up and then turn off, and you can no longer see that light. Then for the hob operation, everything works off gas minus the electric plate. The electric plate operates on this part here. You can choose 1 to 6. Now this is standard to pretty much any type of gas cooker. You want to press in the knob and twist it to the side, and at the same time press in on this button here, and it will begin ticking in. So I'll just show you what it looks like when they're all lit. And here you can see that they're all lit. You've got nice blue clean continuous flames. And to turn it off, put it back to the central position and it will shut itself off. Then again for the grill, and here you can see again on both sides it's nice and lit. And then again for the oven, and there you can see all parts are lit there as well. Main thing to note, make sure all of these are cold to the touch before you put down this glass plate.